Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we take a whole stack of information, boil it down to what really matters, and basically give you a shortcut to being genuinely well-informed.
And today we're plunging into some pretty cool wearable tech. We're doing a deep dive on the Garmin Quatix 8 Marine GPS smartwatch.
Right. Our goal here is to really unpack what makes this watch special, particularly, for mariners who might already be, let's say, heavily invested in Garmin's marine gear, their chart plotters, autopilots, that kind of thing.
Exactly, but there's a really interesting angle here too. We're also looking at how this watch performs away from the boat.
Yeah, that's the twist. Can a watch built specifically for the sea actually cut it as a top-level multi-sport watch for your everyday workouts and active life?
And to help figure that out, we're bringing in some perspective from someone who's deep in the world of wearable tech, the 5K runner.
That's the 5K runner. Think triathlete, cyclist, runner, serious gym goer. Someone who really knows their stuff when it comes to performance tracking.
So we want to see what this purpose-built marine watch offers for you, whether you spend all your time sailing or you're just an active person looking for maybe one device that does it all.
Okay, so let's get into it. At its heart, the Garmin Quatix 8 is, well, exactly what it says on the tin, a marine GPS smartwatch. Garmin really designed this with life on the water as the main focus.
Absolutely. And you see that straight away in the build. It's a premium device. We're looking at the 47mm model here, and it has this fantastic 1.4-inch AMOLED display.
Which means it's bright, right? Like actually visible in sunlight.
Oh yeah, super bright, and it has an ambient light sensor to adjust automatically. Plus, you've got a scratch-resistant sapphire lens, that's tough stuff.
Okay.
And a durable titanium bezel, a metal guard for the sensors on the back, leak-proof buttons. They've thought about the harsh environment.
And I saw something about recycled plastics.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. The housing uses recycled ocean-bound plastics. And it's dive rated too, down to 40 meters. Pretty impressive for something that does so much else.
Right. So build quality is clearly there. But the real hook for mariners already in the Garmin ecosystem must be the integration, yeah.
That's where it gets real interesting. It's not just a watch. It becomes part of your boat's system. A major new feature, and this is a big deal, is the chart plotter voice control.
Voice control, how does that work?
Well, the watch has a built-in speaker and mic. You connect it via Bluetooth to your compatible Garmin chart plotter, and you can just talk to your watch to control the plotter.
Wow, okay, so hands are totally free at the helm.
Exactly. You could be managing the sails, holding the wheel in rough seas, whatever, and still control your navigation display just by speaking. That's a significant step up.
Yeah, I can see that being huge for safety and convenience. But, some people like buttons. Does it still offer physical remote control?
It does, absolutely. It goes beyond voice. You get full remote control capabilities for compatible Garmin chart plotters, also for autopilots like their GHC 50 instrument, even for force trolling motors if you're into fishing, and your Fusion stereos. So adjusting course, tweaking the motor, changing the music, it's all right there on your wrist. It feels really integrated.
Feels like it just streamlines everything at the helm.
Pretty much. And then there's the data streaming.
Ah, yes, getting boat data right on the watch. What kind of info are we talking about?
Critical stuff in real time, pulled straight from the chart plotter. Things like your water depth, engine RPM, wind speed, and direction.
Instantly visible.
Instantly visible, right on your wrist. So you get that key situational awareness without constantly glancing down at the main console. Really useful in dynamic conditions.
Makes sense. And it seems loaded with dedicated marine apps, too. Things like anchor drag alerts.
Oh, yeah. Anchor drag alerts are huge for peace of mind, making sure you're not drifting off your spot. Tide alerts keep you aware of water level changes. You can mark waypoints directly from the watch.
For those secret fishing spots.
Yeah, exactly. And for sailors, there are some really advanced apps, tack assist to help with maneuvers, race start guidance, even a regatta timer. It's geared towards giving you an edge if you race.
So really comprehensive on the marine side. What about just practical stuff?
Well, they've included a built-in LED flashlight. It's actually surprisingly bright with different intensities. And importantly, it has a red light mode too to preserve your night vision, which is critical on a boat after dark.
Okay, that's smart. And battery life, that's always the big question with smartwatches.
Garmin's generally pretty good here. For this 47mm Quatix 8, they're claiming up to 16 days in smartwatch mode.
16 days.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really solid, especially with an AMOLED screen.
It is. It means you're not constantly hunting for a charger, especially if you're on a longer trip offshore. It's a major practical benefit.
All right, so we've definitely established the Quatix 8 is a beast at sea. It's like the ultimate companion piece if you're running a Garmin setup on your boat.
No question about it.
But life isn't always lived on the water, right? Many mariners are also runners, cyclists, gym goers.
Yeah.
They have active lives on land too.
Exactly.
So how does this very specialized marine watch perform when you trade the deck shoes for trainers?
Huh.
This is where that perspective from the 5K runner becomes really valuable.
Right. Because the big question is, can a device so focused on one area, like marine, truly deliver as a high-end general sports watch? Or are there compromises?
Yeah, does it feel like a marine watch with some fitness features tacked on, or is it genuinely top tier across the board?
And what someone like the 5K runner who tests tons of these devices for running, cycling, triathlons would likely find is, well, the Quatix 8 doesn't seem to compromise much at all. It's packed with the kind of health and wellness features you'd expect from Garmin's best multi-sport watches.
Okay, like what specifically?
You're getting 247 health monitoring.
Mm-hmm.
That means wrist-based heart rate, obviously, but also all-day stress tracking and their body battery feature.
Ah, body battery. I like that one. Tells you how charged up you are.
Yeah, it's basically your energy monitor. It uses heart rate variability, stress, and activity to estimate your energy reserves. Tells you if you're ready for a hard workout or if maybe you need to take it easy. Plus, you get respiration tracking, hydration tracking, the works.
And sleep tracking. That's huge for recovery.
Very advanced sleep tracking. You get a sleep score each morning, personalized coaching tips on how to improve your sleep based on your data, nap detection, which is pretty neat.
It even detects naps.
It does. And it tracks breathing variations during sleep. So you're getting a really detailed picture of your night's rest, not just how long you slept.
That sounds incredibly comprehensive. More than just counting steps.
Oh, way more. It gives you key health insights, too. Like the morning report, you wake up, and it gives you a customizable summary of your sleep, your training outlook for the day, your HRV status, even the weather.
HRV stat, that's heart rate variability, right?
Right.
Why is that important?
Yeah, HRV is a really good indicator of your body's overall stress and recovery level. Tracking it over time gives you a much deeper insight into your readiness to train and your general health than just resting heart rate alone.
Okay, got it.
And there's also the health snapshot feature. You sit still for 2 minutes, and it records key metrics like heart rate, HRV, stress, respiration, pulse ox, all at once. You can even generate a report from that to share, maybe with a coach or doctor.
Speaking of doctors, you mentioned some features that sound almost medical grade, like an ECG app.
Yes, the Garmin ECG app. Now, crucial disclaimer here. Garmin is very clear. This is not a medical device. It can't diagnose conditions. But it can record an electrocardiogram, basically your heart's electrical signal, right from your wrist.
What's the point of that?
It's primarily looking for signs of atrial fibrillation, or AFib, which is a common type of irregular heart rhythm. Finding it early can be important, so it's a screening tool, giving you data you could then take to a doctor.
Interesting. And pulse ox?
That measures your blood oxygen saturation. Useful for tracking how you're acclimating to altitude or just getting another data point on your respiratory function, especially during sleep. Again, not for medical diagnosis, but useful data.
Okay. They seem to have packed in a lot of health tech.
They really have, and some clever lifestyle features too, like the jet lag advisor. If you travel across time zones, it gives you recommendations on light exposure, sleep schedules, and exercise to help minimize jet lag.
That's actually really smart.
Yeah, and there's altitude and heat acclimation tracking, which adjusts your performance expectations based on the environment. Plus, full women's health tracking, cycle tracking, pregnancy tracking. It's good to see that included comprehensively.
Okay, health and wellness are clearly covered. But for someone like the 5K runner, the real test is performance and activity tracking. How does it stack up there?
This is where, honestly, it seems to perform just like Garmin's top-end Forerunner or Phoenix watches. It's got the full suite. For training and recovery, you have training readiness.
Training readiness, what's that score tell you?
It combines your recent sleep quality, recovery time needed from workouts, your HRV status, acute training load, and stress history into a single score. Basically tells you how ready your body is to benefit from training today.
So it guides your intensity.
Precisely. Then there's training status, which looks at your longer-term load and HRV trends to tell you if your training is productive, peaking, maintaining, recovering, unproductive, strained, or detraining. Helps you see the bigger picture.
Useful for avoiding burnout or undertraining.
Absolutely. And recovery time recommendations after each workout tell you how long to rest before your next hard effort. Plus, daily suggested workouts these adapt based on your recent training, recovery, and upcoming goals entered into the race widget.
Ah, the race widget. Tell me about that.
You put in your race day and goal, say a half marathon. The widget then gives you a race prediction, shows you the course profile if available, the weather forecast for race day, and provides tailored daily suggested workouts to help you prepare specifically for that event.
Like a little dynamic training plan on your wrist.
Pretty much, yeah. And the running metrics themselves are seriously advanced.
Okay, this sounds like the 5K runner territory. What have we got?
You've got Visual Race Predictor estimates your potential finish times for 5K, 10K, half, and full marathon based on your fitness trend. Pace Pro technology gives you grade-adjusted pace guidance during a run based on a course you've loaded.
So it tells you how fast to run up hills.
Exactly. To maintain an even effort or hit a specific time goal. There's Climb Pro, which gives you real-time info on current and upcoming climbs during a run or ride. Grade-adjusted pace shows your equivalent flat ground pace when you're running uphill or downhill.
That makes comparing efforts much easier.
And then there are newer metrics like Endurance Score, which gauges your ability to sustain prolonged efforts, and Hill Score, measuring your capability for running uphill. And critically, you get wrist-based running dynamics.
Meaning no extra pod needed.
Correct. Right from the wrist, you get data like cadence, stride length, ground contact time, vertical oscillation, things that used to require a separate chest strap or foot pod. Helps you analyze and fine-tune your running form.
Wow, okay. So for a runner, it's ticking all the boxes. What about other sports?
The list of activity profiles is just vast. Beyond the marine stuff we talked about, it has profiles for recreational diving, both scuba and apnea modes.
Diving too? Seriously?
Yep. Wake sports like water skiing, wakeboarding, golf with over 43,000 courses preloaded, and a virtual caddy feature that suggests clubs based on your performance and wind conditions.
That's impressive.
Skiing and snowboarding, with maps for over 2,000 resorts. It can even calculate XC ski power if you have a compatible heart rate monitor. HIIT workouts, animated workouts you can follow on the watch screen, and then just about every other sport you can imagine. Tennis, pickleball, football, baseball, boxing, MMA. The list goes on and on.
It sounds like they just crammed everything in there.
It really feels that way. It's incredibly versatile.
And what about navigation when you're not on the water? For hiking or trail running?
Just as capable. It supports Outdoor Maps plus IS, which is Garmin's subscription service for premium mapping content like satellite imagery, but it also comes preloaded with multi-continent topographic maps.
Topo maps preloaded. That's huge.
Yeah, really useful for backcountry adventures.
Yeah.
And it uses Garmin's SATIQ technology. This intelligently switches between different satellite systems, GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, and frequencies to give you the best possible accuracy while optimizing battery life.
Smart GPS.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
And you have the essential ABC sensors, altimeter for elevation data, barometer to monitor weather changes, and a 3-axis electronic compass for orientation. Plus, turn-by-turn navigation for courses you download. It's a proper outdoor adventure watch, too.
Okay, and finally, the everyday smartwatch features. Notifications, payments, music.
All present and correct. You get smart notifications from your paired smartphone. Music storage is on board. You can download playlists from Spotify, Deezer, or Amazon Music and listen with Bluetooth headphones, no phone needed. Garmin Pay is there for contactless payments at compatible terminals. Everything syncs to the Garmin Connect app, which is your hub for all the data. Safety and tracking features like incident detection and live track are included, which can alert contacts if you have an accident or let them follow your activity in real time.
And I saw a stocks tracker.
Huh? Yeah, a little bonus. You can keep an eye on your favorite stocks right from your wrist. Why not?
So let's pull this all together then. For you, the listener, what's the bottom line here? Especially if you're a mariner already using Garmin gear.
Well, for that mariner, the Quatix 8 isn't just a super capable marine tool that integrates beautifully with your boat. It's genuinely a complete package. It effectively extends that Garmin ecosystem investment you've made on the water into every other part of your active life.
Right. It seems to perfectly bridge that gap between needing those very specific marine functions, the chart plotter control, the boat data, the alerts, and wanting high-level general-purpose fitness and health tracking.
Exactly. If you're a sailor who also loves to run or cycle or hike or hit the gym, this watch means you genuinely don't need 2 separate devices anymore. It handles the boat control, even with hoist commands, and it delivers the kind of sophisticated training metrics, recovery insights, and health monitoring that a dedicated multi-sport athlete, like the 5K runner, would expect and demand.
It really is kind of a testament to how Garmin has managed to pack an almost unbelievable amount of functionality into one single, very rugged device.
Yeah. And the quality and depth of those fitness features, the stuff that someone like the 5K runner really digs into, means that if you own a Garmin chart plotter, you're not just buying a fancy remote control for it. You're getting a truly top-tier multi-sport watch for absolutely everything else you do.
It really does consolidate things. Versatility, convenience,
Mm.
maybe simplifies your tech life a bit.
I think that's a great way to put it. It's a really compelling option for a surprisingly broad range of people. It proves that a device can be purpose-built for something specific, like marine use, but still offer outstanding performance across, well, pretty much everything else. It kind of solves that "which watch do I wear today" dilemma for active mariners.
So we've taken our deep dive into the Garmin Quatix 8. We've seen how it shines at the helm, how it integrates with the Garmin marine world, but also how it holds its own, and then some far beyond the water, views through that lens of serious athletes, like the 5K runner.
What really stands out, I think, isn't just the list of marine features, which is impressive on its own, but how seamlessly it merges that with incredibly advanced health, wellness, and multi-sport tracking. It feels like a truly unified, versatile companion.
So what does this all mean for you? We've seen a device purpose-built for a niche, yet absolutely loaded with features for almost every aspect of an active life.
Yeah, does something like the Garmin Quatix 8 maybe point towards the future of personal tech, where our devices become less specialized and more integrated, supporting all the different facets of who we are, the sailor, the runner, the hiker, the health-conscious individual, all in one place? Makes you think, doesn't it? How capable should we expect our wearables to be?